Friday, November 2nd, 2:30 p.m. We're at Newton North High School for MIAA Division I North first round game. Newton North in orange, ranked 6th. Brookline in white, ranked 11th. It's 65 degrees, overcast, slightly humid. Students just got out from Newton North. We're on their home field. There's a slight sprinkle in the air, you can feel it. We'll see how it goes. Brookline has, it's Eric, Ben Kaplan, Jock up top. It's Matt, Brendan, and Jacob in midfield. Manuel, that's the kickoff. Ben Sander hits it down the left side. It comes back to number 2 on Newton North. First throw-in of the game. We're 10 seconds in. 2 down the right side. It's headed by 13. Gets headed back. That was Manuel headed out. 5 has it for Newton North. He sends it back to 2. 2 sends it back to the goalie. Number 1 is starting in goal for Newton North. He goes up the center of the field. Over Jacob's head. It bounces to 17. 17 up the side. He's trying to split the middle. And it gets poked away by Manuel out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton North. 2 on the throw. He throws it into the right corner. 10 has it in the corner. 10 turns. 10. Left-footed cross to the backside. Player brings it down. That's Brendan cutting it off. And Isaac sends it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton North. We are a minute into the game. There's no score. That was Ben Sander who cleared it out of bounds. Another throw-in for Newton North. It's going to be a throw for Brookline. First ball went over Ben's head. Ben Sander on the throw. Throws it in front of the Brookline bench. It bounces. That's Jacques. Jacques turns. He's on his left foot. He sends it back to Mark. Mark past the 25 to Jacob. Jacob to the side. It gets poked out of bounds. They're going to say it's a throw-in for Newton North. 2 on the throw for Newton North. He throws it down the right side. 13 off his head to 17. Gets poked away by Manuel. That's Matt to Eric. Eric off the Newton North player. 16 hits it off 10 out of bounds. That's Manuel on the throw for Brookline. Manuel down the left side. Gets headed by 13 of Newton North. Brendan off his head. 2 for Newton North. 2 to his left. 2 comes away with it. Sends it back to 42. There's a slight sprinkle in the air. 1 has it, the goalie, sends it back to 42. That's Ben Kaplan up top for Brookline. He sends it down the left side. There's a runner down the left side. It's gonna go out of bounds. Looks like Newton North is trying to attack the left side of Brookline's defense, right side of Brookline's defense. With 2:35 into the first half, there's no score. Ben Sander on the throw. Gets headed back. That's Jacob. Puts it over the Brookline bench. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton North. We are 3 minutes in. No score. Newton North to their left. He cuts it back. He's going to the left corner. He tries to get it in front. Jacob cuts it off. Jacob comes away with it. Jacob tries to find Brendan. 18 cuts it off. Sends it back to 42. Puts it on the ground in the middle of the field. That's 17. 17 sends it back. 2 has it for Newton North. Goes up the sideline to 13. 13 on the ground to 17. 17 chips the wing to 13. He's going into the right corner. He crosses it. That's Isaac on that side. 17 has it on his right to 5. 5 at the top of the box. It was Matt that was trying to defend. Comes to the right side. 13 has it. 13 turns to his left. He gets his shirt held, but no call. That was Eric. Mark on the ball. Mark on his right foot. He sends it across the field. Gets cut off by 19. That's Jacob comes away with it. Jacob crossing the center circle. Jacob sends the left side. He's trying to find Eric. 2 has it. He's going to clear it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton North. With 4:15 into the game, there's no score. It's going to be Manuel on the throw for. It's going to be Ben Kaplan on the throw for Brookline. Ben Kaplan on the throw. He throws it toward the box. It bounces in the box. Eric's under it. That's Matt that got hit in the box. He goes down. 19 has it to the side. Brendan has it. Brendan on his right foot. He chips it back in front. Gets headed away by the defense. Jacob off his foot. It's going to spin back toward midfield. Jacob turns. He's got Manuel going down the left side. Manuel at the 30. He sends it in. He tried to find Ben Kaplan. Got cut off. 17 has it for Newton North. Newton North to the left side. Player crosses midfield. Comes back to the middle. Brendan cuts it up. Brendan to his right. That's Ben Sander to his left. He chips it up. It gets through to Ben Kaplan to Jacques. Jacques at the 45. He tries to cut it back. He loses it. Gets it back. That's Jacob loses it. He chips around the defender, but Jacob comes away with it. He tried to get by Isaac, but Isaac poked it away. Jacob has the ball at the 40. Sends it to Manuel on the left. Manuel back to Jacob. Jacob turns back to Manuel on the left sideline. He gets to the middle field to Ben Kaplan. Ben turns. Ben through the center circle. He loses it. 19 to the side. To left wing. Gets cut off by Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan to Ben Sander. Ben Sander to Brendan. Brendan turns. He goes to his left. He's going to cross the center circle. He sends it to Eric. Eric to Matt. Matt to the right. Matt gets bumped off the ball by 42 and it goes out of bounds. They're saying it's a throw-in for Newton North. We are 6 minutes into the first half. There's no score. They throw it in. 10 back heels it out of bounds. They throw it again in front of the Newton North bench. Ben Sander has it. He clears it down the right side. It's coming back to the goalie. Zach's going to pick it up. Zach boots it over midfield. 3 on Ben Kaplan's shoulder. Heads it away. That's Mark on the ball. Mark sends it to Jacob. Jacob in 5. It comes back to Zach in goal for Brookline. Zach bounces it twice, boots it over midfield. 3's after. He pushed Eric. He pushed Ben in the back. That's Eric to Brendan. 42 sends it back to the goalie. He sends it up there, left side. It's out of bounds into the Newton North bench. We're 7:15 into the first half. There's no score. It's going to be Jacques on the throw. He's trying to get some footing to make the throw. Jacques on the throw toward the box. That's Matt. Matt to Ben Kaplan. Ben back to Jacob. Jacob turns. Sends it back to Ben Sander. Ben cuts to his left. Cuts to his right. He gets held. No call. That's 10 to the side to 17. 17 back to the middle of the field. 5 has it right at the center circle. 5 makes a run. Gets cut up by Mark. That's Matt on the ball. Matt turns. Matt through the center. Matt over the 50. He's got Brendan with him. Matt pokes it ahead to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan to Jacob. Jacob turns to his left. Jacob on his right foot. He finds Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan turns. And 10 takes it away. Sends it back to the defender. Gets blocked by Jacques. That's 2 on the ball. 2 to 10. 10 on the ground to 17. 17 cuts it back, loses it to Jacob. That's Mark on the ground. 10 takes it away. 10 over midfield. 10 down the right side, got cut off by Manuel. Manuel to Brendan. He turns, he's clear. He's got 5 yards in front of him. Brendan looks up, sends it back to Ben Sanders. Ben up the right side. There's nobody there for Brookline. It's going to roll toward the sideline. 42 cuts it off. He turns down the left side, sends it on the ground. Brendan pokes it away. It comes over midfield. That's 10 on the ball for Newton North. He goes to the middle of the field. There comes Zach. 13 was making a run. We are 9-10 into the first half. There's no score. Zach boots it to the 45. Brendan's under the ball. Gets headed by number 5. It bounces between Isaac and Mark. Isaac surrounds it. He goes to the side to Ben Sander. Ben Sander off his head. That's Jacob on the ball. Jacob cuts it to his left. Jacob sends it to Manuel. Manuel gets deflected out of bounds. It should be Brookline's throw. Eric's on the throw for Brookline. No, Manuel on the throw for Brookline. Manuel throws it toward Ben Kaplan. He tried to get it back to Brendan. 5 has it. 5 down the left side. That's Ben Sanders' side, and it's in front of the Brookline bench. Ben is going to let it roll. Ben sends it down the sideline, right into the Brookline bench. With 10 minutes into the first half, no score. Throwing for Newton North. They go down the left side, gets headed away by Ben Sander. And it goes out of bounds. Jacques has the ball. Ben Sander on the ball. Ben throws it down the right side. He tried to find Brendan, got cut off. They go to the side. They try to chip it in the middle, and it goes through the crease out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for Brookline. We are 10:35 into the first half. There's no score. Zach, it's a low ball to his left. Manuel lets it go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton North at about the 45-yard line. 2 on the throw. 2 down the side to 13. 10 back heels it to 13. Back to the middle of the field. 10 flicks it in. That's Isaac that tried to cut it off. Isaac clears it with his right foot. It's going to bounce. That's Ben Kaplan is in. He got by the 2 defenders. Ben on one-on-one on the goal. He shoots, and it's wide. Ben Kaplan broke free from 2 defenders. Had a nice shot. Goal kick for Newton North. 1 sends it out to the right to number 3. 3 sends it down the right side.
Yeah, glad he didn't. Yeah. Oh.
That's Jacob on the ball. Jacob turns. He goes down. No call. Brendan has it. Brendan turns. He sends it back to Ben Sander. Ben Sander to the middle of the field. He's got Ben Kaplan. 3 off his head. That's Eric. Is going to let the ball go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. With 12 minutes into the first half, no score. Eric to the side to Matt, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for Newton North. 12-10 into the first half. Goal kick, they send it out to the right to number 3. That's Ben Kaplan on the side. 3 back to the middle of the field. That's Matt that's going to give some pressure. Goalie has it. Goalie on his right foot sends it down the left side into the Newton North. Into the Newton North bench. Ben Sanders going to take the throw. He's at the 40 roughly. Ben down the right side. That's Jacques. It gets cleared by the Newton North player. 17 has it. Ben has it. Ben gets played off by 17, and they call a foul on Ben. That's like the first whistle of the game. It's going to be a free kick for Newton North at the 40. We are 13 minutes into the first half. There's no score.
That was a good play. You got the fun of the player. Oh, yeah, I'll take one. Thank you.
It gets poked in. Isaac off his head. Ben Sanders under it. 10 gets under it for Newton North. It goes to the left corner, and it's going to go out of bounds. It should be a goal kick for Brookline. Brendan tracks it down. It's overcast, some sprinkles, but no forecast for rain the rest of the afternoon. That's Zach on the ground to Manuel. Manuel at the left of the back. Gets stolen. 13 comes in on goal. 13 on Mark. He crosses to the middle. Passes 10. Brendan has it. Brendan clears it with his left foot. That's Eric that pushed it back to Jacob. Jacob has the ball. Jacob goes down. That should be a foul. That's almost a card. We are 14-20 into the first half. There's no score. Manuel is going to take the free kick for Brookline. He's right at the 45, 46 yard line. Manuel off his left foot to top of the box. Jacob off his right heel. He tries to bike it, and the goalie comes out. Goalie sends it out to his left. 42 has it. 42 to the left side. That's Eric up top now. It goes toward the sideline. It gets through midfield. And that's Ben Kaplan that poked it back. 42 has it for Newton North in front of their bench. On his left foot to the middle of the field to 17. 17 to the side to 10. 10 down the left side. 10 passes it down the left side. They send it back to 19. He's at the 30-yard line. That's Brendan that cut it off. That's Isaac has it. Isaac's going to put it out of play for a throw for Newton North. We're 15:30 into the first half. There's no score. Throwing for Newton North. They throw to 17. 17 sends it back. I think that's 10. 10 gets cut off by Jacob. It gets flicked up the right side in front of the Brookline bench. 42 has it. It's a very defensive game so far. 42 has it on his side of midfield. He crosses midfield, chips it up the wing. Brendan takes it away. Brendan down the right side. Brendan crosses midfield. Brendan turns. He sends it to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan down the right side. That's, who is it? Player goes down. What's the call?
Here we go!
It's going to be a free kick for Brookline outside of the box. Looks like it's between the sideline and the 18-yard box. Matt is going to take the free kick, it looks like. That was Eric that went down. Matt on the free kick. 2 on the wall for Newton North. He chips it over the wall, gets headed away by the defender. They're running toward the Newton bench. 17 pokes it in the air. 17 plays it to himself. 17 sends it to the right side to 13. 13 sends it back to 2. 2 looks up. He sends the wing. Gets cut off by Manuel. Manuel turns. He's got 10 yards in front of him. Manuel on the ground. That was Eric that slipped. That's Jacob. He plays it back to himself. Jacob turns. He's got Matt at the center circle. He's got Brendan going through the center circle. Ben Sander has the ball on the right side. Ben to the middle of the field. There's no one there. 2 has it for Newton North. He puts it on the ground. That's Jacob takes it away. Jacob turns. He's right on the logo. He sends it to Mark. Mark to his left to Manuel. Manuel turns to his right. Up the field he finds Matt. Matt turns. He's got Jacques on this side. Jacques cuts it back to his right. He loses it. 10 has it. 10 to the middle of the field to 5. 5 brings it down. He sends it up the wing. Gets cut off by Mark. Mark and Manuel gets cut off by 10. He goes to 13 on the side. 13 with Manuel on him. He goes down the right side. He sends it back to 10. 10 on his right foot to 2. 2 in the box. He tried to chip it back.
Yeah, good call! Good call!
Quando ti sento so che andremo bene.
It's going to be a free kick for Newton North. 3 on the wall for Brookline.
Let's go, North!
There's 3 on the wall for Brookline. 5's going to take the free kick. He puts it on goal. Zach comes out. It gets headed away. 5 again. He puts it to the near post. Zach's under it. He's offside. We are 19 minutes into the first half. There's no score. Zach on the goal kick sends it toward midfield. That's Jacob off his head. That's Eric brings it down with his chest. Sends it back to Ben. Ben in front of the Brookline bench. Ben up the sideline to Eric. Eric looks up. He's got two behind him. 42 cuts it off for Newton North. He's right on his left sideline. He puts it up the sideline. 17 heads it into the Brookline zone. Isaac to Jacob. Jacob turns. Jacob looks up. He's got 5 yards in front of him. Jacob to Manuel on the left side. Manuel over midfield. He tries to find Jacques. It's cut up by number 2. 2 to the middle of the field. He sends 10. Gets cleared by Mark. Out of bounds.
What am I, Max?
It's going to be a throw-in for Newton North.
Come on, Tigers!
We're halfway through the first half. Subs are coming in for Brookline. Luca is coming in for Brendan. I think that's the only sub. Max down the side. Jacob off his chest. Jacob protects it. Jacob, 13 off his head. Jacob. That's Jacques that played it ahead. It's going to roll back to the Newton North goalie. He's outside the box. He sends it to his left to 42. That's Dimitri in the game. He's chasing him. 42 to the side. Tom's in the game. And Tom knocks it away. That's Matt on the ball. They call a foul on Tom. That's right in front of the Newton North bench. We're 20:45 into the first half. There's no score. It's going to be a free kick for Newton North. Left-footed free kick. It's toward the top of the box. That's Zach comes out and grabs it. Zach sends it to his left side to Manuel. Manuel's got 10 yards in front of him. 13's coming back to defend. Manuel to the center of the field. There's no one there. That's Matt to his left. Matt over the logo gets cut up by number 5. Matt comes back, takes it away. Matt to his right. Matt chips the right side. He's trying to find Tom, but the goalie's going to get to it. Goalie sends it out to his left. They chip it to the left side. It gets over midfield. That's Mark on the ball. Mark one behind him. He tries to find Luca. Got cut off by number 10. 10 to the side to 5. 5 down the right side to 13. 13 in the middle of the field to 19. 19 in the middle. Isaac in there. Isaac. That's a foul. It's a free kick right at the 20-yard line.
Hey, Gary. Gary, you need flag. Get that flag. Get flag.
42 on the free kick. It's going to bounce to Zach. He tried to take it quickly. Zach throws it out to his left. That's Jacob on the ball. Jacob over the 40. Jacob steps over it. Defended by number 5. Jacob to the right side. There's nobody there. 15 is after it for Newton North. He circles, gets around it, passes the Brookline bench. He goes up the left side. 14's after it. 14 pokes it. It's going to be a goal kick for Brookline. Zach on the goal kick for Brookline. Zach boots it down the left side. 13 off his head for Newton North. That's Manuel behind it. 13 off his head again. You can hear the ref. You can hear the call. He said he grabbed the shirt. It's going to be a free kick for Brookline at the 40. We're 23-20 into the first half. There's no score. Manuel on the free kick for Brookline. Manuel off his left foot. Jacob off his head. Gets cut off by number 5. Jacob has it at the 30. Turns, sends it back to Manuel. Manuel Looks up, puts it to the middle of the field. That's Matt over his head, gets headed away. That's Luca got hit by number 5. 5, they're calling a handball. It's going to be a free kick for Brookline. Tom is over the ball. Okay, they're going to set up. It's going to be Ben Sander on the free kick. I'm sorry, Jacques going to take it.
Let's go, Benji!
There's one on the wall. There's 15:30 left in the first half. There's no score. Ben Sander on the free kick for Brookline at the 25-yard line. Ben chips it toward the back post. Jacob over his head. Tom saves it on the end line. Hits 20, goes out of bounds. They're pointing the corner.
What?
It's going to be a corner for Brookline. It looks like it's going to be Matt taking the corner.
Yeah, we don't need you out of here.
We're just under 15 minutes left in the first half. No score. Matt's going to take the corner for Brookline. Matt to the back post. Headed away by the Newton North player and cleared toward midfield. Manuel's back. Manuel on his left foot pokes it back toward their end. Luca off his head. That's 10 for Newton North to 13. That's Manuel. Played it off his leg out of bounds. Throw-in for Brookline. Sub is coming into the game. It's going to be Rex is coming in for Jacob. 14:10 left in the first half, no score. Manuel down the left side. Dimitri was under it. 2 brings it down. Jacques pokes it away. Throw in for Newton North. 2 subs coming in for Newton North. Ben Kaplan is coming back in for Brookline for Jacques. Two on the throw for Newton North. He lobs it down the left side. 5 off his head. 11 off his head. That's off Mark's head, and it goes out of bounds. 11 on the throw. He throws it down the right side. It doesn't go in bounds. Throw in for Brookline. It never came in. You can take it up there, yeah. 13-15 left in the game, in the first half. Bounces toward midfield, 5 after it. They call a handball on number 5. It's going to be a free kick. That's Ben Kaplan takes it. Ben Kaplan up the left side. Ben Kaplan to the left corner. That's 2, clears it out of bounds. Ben on the throw for Brookline. He throws it toward the box. It bounces in the box. Gets cleared by 42. 11's under it. He heads it down to Manuel. Manuel pokes it ahead. Tried to get it to Ben Kaplan. 5 on his left foot. Sends it out of his zone. That's 14 on the run.
Oh!
Ref, that's a foul! How do you not call that? Terrible non-call.
There's a timeout on the field. 14 is injured. 12-14 left in the first half.
Ref, that's your call!
How are you? Hey, long time.
Why are they cheering?
Ow. 14 is up. He's going to come out of the game.
Hey, dude, want to play some basketball later?
Okay. 14's walking off the field.
Faster than he runs!
There's 12-14 left in the first half. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Ref whistled. Manuel down the left side. That's 2 sends it in the air to 8. 10 has it. 10 on his right foot. He sends it to the right. Gets cut up back to 10. He tried to cut the middle. He still has it. 8 tries to get in the box. It's to the side. It gets cut off by, that's Rex. Rex to Tom. Tom on this side. And it's off Rex out of bounds.
Oh man, Nick's gonna have to start it now.
It's gonna be a throw-in for Newton North. Number 2 on the throw. 2 to the side to 10, back to 2. 2 toward the edge of the box. He's gonna cross it with his left foot. He actually went for the top corner and he just was just wide. It's going to be a goal kick for Brookline. That's Zach down the side. Manuel off his head. Matt plays it with his right foot in the air. 3 off his head. Gets cleared to Luca. Luca sends it back to Ben Sander. Ben Sander clears it toward midfield. That was off Ben Kaplan's head. 42 down the left side. Gets cut off by Luca. Ben to the middle of the field. 3 clears it out of bounds over the Newton North bench. 10:40 left in the first half. No score. Ben Kaplan on the throw. Ben throws it to Rex. Rex back to Ben, and it goes out of bounds. Throw in for Brookline. Ben right in front of the Newton North bench. He throws it forward. He tries to find Eric. Got cut off. That's Rex to the side. Rex to Luca. They take him down. That's Eric got cut off. 5 turns on the ball. 5 sends it back to 3. 3 to his right to number 2. That's Tom tries to clear it. It gets cleared. That's Mark to the side. That's Ben Sander making a run to save it. He's trying to save it before it crosses the end line, and he puts it out of bounds for a throw for Newton North. 9:45 left in the first half. There's no score. Throwing for Newton North at about the 15, 10-yard line. He throws it toward the box. That's Mark off his head. They send it back to the top of the box. He's going to shoot. It's on the ground, and it's going to be wide. It's going to be Zach on the goal kick for Brookline. Zach to the middle of the field. That's Luca off his head. That was Eric got pushed at the 45 by 42. It's going to be a free kick for Brookline at the 45-yard line. Ben Sander chips it in the box. That's Luca on it. Luca has it, and it's just wide. Goalie has it. Goalie picks it up. Luca had a free shot in front and headed it just wide. They roll it out to the right to number 2. 2 down the right side. That's Mark. 8 making a run. 8. Mark clears it to the side. Manuel on the side. Manuel turned, and he played it off. He played off number 11 out of bounds. Throwing for Brookline. Manuel on the throw. He throws it down the left side. That's Jacob off his head to Brendan. 2 has it. Brendan tries to take it away. 5 cuts to the middle of the field. 5 on the ground. They chip it to the right. 8's in on goal. He shoots. Zach on the save. Zach throws it out to the right side. He's got Ben Kaplan. Ben Sander. Up the right side. He's got Jock running under it. Jock gets to it. That's Eric has it. Eric on his right foot. Eric shoots, hits 42. It's headed to the side. Brendan has it. Brendan in front to Brendan to Jacob on the goal. Jacob on the goal. 1-0 Brookline. And Jacob runs over to the Brookline fans. 7:22 left in the first half. 1-0 Brookline. Okay, that's the whistle. 10 has it. 10's going to send it down the right side. 11 to the middle of the field to number 5. 5 brings it down. 5 to the side to 11. He's right on the sideline. 11 back to 5. 5 tries to go to his right. He cuts it back. It's poked away by Mark. 11 gets poked away by Manuel. Brendan clears it. He clears it to Eric. Eric to the left sideline. Eric gets poked away by 3. Manuel on the ball. Manuel on his right foot to the middle of the field. Brendan puts it ahead. 3 to the side. 5 has it. That's 5 makes the run. Mark cuts it off. 19 has it for Newton North to the side. He chips the box. 8's in. And it's going to go over the goal. It's going to be a corner for Newton North. 6:30 left in the first half. 1-0 Brookline. It's going to be a corner for Newton North. It goes to the near post. Zach catches it right at the near post. He sends it out to his left, and that's Jacob on the side. Jacob turns on it. Jacob comes back. 5's on him. He sends it back to Zach. Zach on his right foot. Zach sends it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton North. 5:50 left in the first half. It's 1-0 Brookline. 2 throws it into 10. 10 gets poked away by Manuel. Throw in for Newton North. 2 to the box. Mark heads it away. 2 on the sideline. 2 chips it in. It goes to the other side. It gets cleared by Isaac. They headed back toward the box, and Zach's on it. Zach blocks it. That's Ben Sander clears it down the right side. Crosses over midfield. 42 has it for Newton North. He goes to the left side to 10. 10 in front of the Brookline bench. That's Brendan that came back. Brendan to Isaac. Isaac sends it up the field to Eric. That's 5 on the side. Eric's trying to play him. 11 on the sideline. 11 to his left. He sends it back to 3, the center back. 3 is going to go to his left, and it goes over his head out of bounds. Tried to hit 15 on the left side. 4:45 left in the first half. 1-0 Brookline. Ben Sander on the throw. Ben Sander throws it down the right side. It hit Ben Kaplan toward midfield. Newton North clears it out of bounds in front of the Brookline bench. 4:15 left in the first half. Ben Sander down the right side. That's Ben Kaplan off his head. And they call. What happened? The refs to stop play. 3:58 left. They're talking to both teams. I'm not sure what happened. The refs stopped the clock. He's talking to Newton North player. He's talking to the Brookline player. He's blowing a whistle, and his yellow card to number 10.
There's no hype around soccer.
Yellow card to number 10 of Newton North. He comes out of the game.
Did Toby get checked in?
It's going to be a free kick for Newton North. Just inside of midfield. Okay, it's a free kick for Newton North. Just inside of midfield. Left-footed kick to the top of the box. Here comes Zach. Zach's going to catch it. Zach's going to boot it out. He boots it toward the 40, toward the middle of the field. They get cut off by Isaac. That's Jacob to the right. Jacob sends it toward the middle of the field over Dimitri. Whoa! 5 has it for Newton North. He goes to his right. 5 down the right side. He's right on the sideline for football, and they call a foul. It's going to be a free kick for Newton North right at the 23-yard line.
Yo, curve it to Alex. Alex.
2 puts it to the back post. Gets cut up by Jacques. Jacques has it. Jacques. 2:50 left in the first half. 1-0 Brookline. 5 is going to take the free kick. He's at the 23-yard line. There's no wall. He goes to the back post. It gets headed in the air by Mark. That's Zach that tried to clear it. 15 on the goal. Number 3 and Ben Sander are fighting in the box. Number 15 on the goal for Newton North. It's 1-1. 2:28 left in the first half. Do you mind taking your bag off? You're going to knock me over every time you turn.
Make the noise! Yeah, sound noise.
So there's a timeout on the field. .228 left in the first half. It's 1-1.
Let's hear some noise here. Come on, guys. I know.
Apparently we're the best team in the boxes.
Let's go, North!
There's a renewed energy here at the field. 2:28 left in the first half. It's 1-1. Let's reset the lineup. It's Jacques, Dimitri, Ben Kaplan for Brookline up top. It's Matt, Luca and Jacob in midfield. Ben Sander,
Alex is in.
Isaac, Mark, and Manuel in the back. They go to the middle of the field. That's Matt to the right side. Matt to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan stutters. He goes up the right side and goes out of bounds. Throw in for Brookline. Just over 2 minutes left in the first half. 1-1. Ben throws it toward the box. Gets headed to the middle of the field. That's Jacques on his right foot. He tried to put it down. 12 has it. 12 clears it with his left foot. Out of bounds. We're under 2 minutes in the first half. 1-1. Ben Kaplan on the throw. Wait, Jacques going to take the throw. Jacques on the throw for Brookline. Jacques toward the top of the box. Ben Kaplan off his head. Goes through the goal mouth. That's 10, sends it back to 2. Manuel heads it down. Sorry, that's 11. 4, that's Jacob. Jacob to Luca. Luca turns to his right. Luca to the side to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan at 19. It gets poked away. Ben Sander in front of the Newton North bench. That's Isaac on it. Isaac on his left foot. He crosses it to the other side. That's 2 for Newton North. 2 down the side. He sends it up the wing. It's going to bounce into space. 11's making a run. Mark's coming over. Mark shields. Mark still shields it. Mark shields it out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for Brookline. No. 2 subs are coming in for Newton North. It's going to be a goal kick for Brookline.
Let's go, North!
Zach to the left. That's 11 off his head out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Manuel's going to take it. Manuel in midfield. He throws it 19 off his head. Back to Manuel. He's going to get it out of bounds. It's another throw. Manuel down the side. 2 off his head. To the side. Manuel off his head. He gets pushed. No call. It's a push.
Stay tough, Jude! You got this!
Come on, Big Jude! That's kind of intimate.
What is he? I guess it's halftime. 1-1 at the half.
That's why they got off.
1-1 at the half.